rail fans, and welcome back to this week's video. So now we're going to take a look back to 1988 and our trip on the Desert Wind from Los Angeles into Chicago. The Desert Wind was a train that Amtrak offered back in the 80s and 90s, but then stopped and discontinued. But you could board in LA, it would go through Vegas up into Salt Lake City. There it would meet up with two trains, one from Seattle, one from San Francisco, where it would form the Zephyr and then come across the continent through Denver, Nebraska, several cities and into Chicago. So our trip had a few issues. We got stuck in Salt Lake City for a number of hours. Because of that, we missed several sites on the way back: Rocky Mountain National Park, down the mountain into Denver, different things. The problem that we had was that the two trains that were supposed to meet us, one of them had locomotive power problems. The other one ran into a cow and was broke down for several hours. And you know, when you're near the tracks, cows can create quite an issue. Back off. Go over there by the tracks, but not too close, cow. Just leave me alone, cow. All right, now that I've gotten rid of that cow for now, hold on, there's a train coming. I'll be back in just a minute after this train passes. Oh my God, I told the cow not to go too close to the tracks. The cow has gone right next to the tracks. The train came, and now we no longer have a cow. The good news, much like on that Amtrak trip, we have our extra meal. That's right, for the extra meal on the Amtrak trip, they fed us beef stew. Sure hope it didn't come from the cow that it ran over. All right, enjoy this video, everybody. As we start the journey eastward here, this is the Los Angeles River Basin, made more popular recently by Grand Theft Auto 5, and also the scene of one of the funniest episodes of the British Top Gear television show ever. Check that out if you haven't seen it. And here we are at the Fullerton Amtrak station. This is one of the many really unique and interesting stations you see out in California on the trip. And we're now entering the Santa Ana Canyon and some of the mountain ranges just to the east of Los Angeles. And here we are at the San Bernardino Station. Over the next few minutes of film, we're going to be going through the Cajon Pass, through Victorville, and through parts of central and eastern California. You'll see lots of beautiful scenery. You're going to see another freight train in the distance a little bit from us. And then next up, after the music, we'll be in Vegas. So here we are coming into Las Vegas. Las Vegas in 1988 certainly looked a lot different than Las Vegas today. Um, there were some of the newer hotels there, but not very many. And the parts of the town that Amtrak went through and actually stopped at really had that old Vegas flavor. This was the Vegas of the Rat Pack and Frank Sinatra, and Diamonds Are Forever, the Bond movie that was filmed in Vegas. So it's the only time in my life I've been to Vegas. Certainly would love to go back someday, but thought it was really cool to be able to look back at these videos and see, the Vegas of what it was like back in the true heyday before it became what it is today. At this time, the train actually stopped at the Grand Hotel. That was the Amtrak stop. It only stopped for 10 minutes, so there wasn't really time to run in and do anything. But it was pretty interesting to see all the sad faces of people coming out of the casino and walking on the sidewalk. It didn't look like very many winners. And so this is when things on this trip took a bit of a turn for the worse. Actually, the night before, just as we'd left Vegas, realized that the shower in our room as well as the light in the bathroom didn't work, and so they had switched rooms and moved us to a different room on the train. Here we are in Salt Lake City. We should have arrived at about 5:45 in the morning and departed at about 6:53. At this point, we'd already been there for 5 hours. It wound up, from my memory, being at least 7 or 8 that we were stuck there, and so based on this, we definitely missed our connection in Chicago. This is, as we talked a little bit in the opening, a result of what happened with the trains from Seattle and from San Francisco that had run into issues. Another interesting tidbit: when a train is stopped this long without power, you can't flush the toilet in your sleeper room. So we're now departed from Salt Lake City, and over the next 8, 9, 10 minutes of video here, you're going to see several amazing, breathtaking scenes. Beautiful mountain scenery, rock sides of mountains, almost pictured rock type scenery. You're also going to see several images of the train snaking ahead of us. You'll see a Rio Grande freight train coming over the mountains headed west. The sad part about all of this is that since we were stuck in Salt Lake City for so many hours, we were supposed to have gone through Rocky Mountain National Park in the evening hours, and we never did get to see that. It was the middle of the night. The Moffat Tunnel we didn't get to see. I think that Mom and Dad actually got up and sat down in the chairs and watched as we went through, but we didn't get any of it on video. So really a shame that we were stuck in Salt Lake for so long and missed that, but absolutely beautiful scenery that we did see here, and hope you enjoy the next few minutes of film. And here we are coming into the town of Helper, Utah. This was just a short stop in the middle of some of the mountains. Now we're going to go through some more of the mountains and almost some moonscape type images as we move along. And then that'll be it for this day, and we'll wake up tomorrow in Nebraska. So we're now in Lincoln, Nebraska. Lincoln is a town that I have visited twice in life. Obviously, this was the first time. My wife and I returned to Lincoln about 26 years after this to take in a Pearl Jam concert at a brand new arena that they had, Pinnacle Arena, there that the campus uses. Lincoln's the state capital. You saw the Capitol building a few minutes ago. Very unique Capitol building in the fact that it's a tower with a dome on top. It's also home to the University of Nebraska. Here we're evidently passing the large central post office, a lot of mail jeeps sitting there. And you're going to see the University of Nebraska Stadium here. And then in a couple minutes, you'll see what I believe was their old basketball facility. Nebraska today is an amazing town. They've redone their older warehouse district into an entertainment district. We had quite a good time when we were out there. Wonderful, wonderful town. This was a highlight of the trip for me. This is Offutt Air Force Base just outside Omaha, Nebraska. At the time, this was the home of Strategic Air Command. I've always been quite a big fan of the Air Force and naval aviation as well. And one of my favorite all-time movies is Strategic Air Command with Jimmy Stewart, so it was really interesting to see this.
In the Missouri River going into Iowa. Right into Iowa. Oops, that here don't look bad at all. We're arriving in Ottumwa, Iowa, home of Radar Raleigh, the MASH.
May I have your attention, please? Ottumwa will be the next station stop. All Ottumwa passengers, please come to the center of the coach and on the lower level where you may be trained at this time. Once again, this station stop is Ottumwa. Please come to the lower level at this time. Thank you.
And as you just heard Dad talk a little bit about and then heard the conductor make the announcement, we're now in Ottumwa, Iowa. Ottumwa was the home of the character Radar O'Reilly in the TV series MASH. He talked about Ottumwa, Iowa often during the show, so when we saw the train's timetable before we even left, we were interested from the get-go being able to see this.
Your attention, please, passengers. This is your dining car attendant speaking. Airways or throughout the cars. Please use caution while moving throughout the train. If you must go from car to car, support yourselves by the handrails between the cars. They're indicated by red and white stripes. It might also be wise to support yourselves by the use of the back of the seats. I repeat, this is normal speed for the Zephyr through this area. Thank you very much.
As you heard the attendant talking there, we're crossing the Mississippi River. This will be our last footage from the trip. We missed our connecting Cardinal in Chicago, and so we had to wind up taking a Greyhound bus after both trying to find an airplane home and rent a car. Kind of turned into a John Candy, Steve Martin movie on us. Hope you've enjoyed this video as well as the previous one about the Southwest Chief. On behalf of all of us, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click on the like button down below. Give us a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.